Hey everybody, my name is John DeCastro, or Johnji. I'm a queer visual artist based in Los Angeles. A lot of my practice is 2D art, so I love to draw, I love painting. Sometimes I'll go into sculpting, but it's always generally drawing and painting. I started art at a really young age. I loved playing Super Nintendo with my kuya and my mom. We were always playing games like Super Metroid, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and like Super Mario World. Like, those games just get me so excited. I'm a big geek and a big nerd, so I think that's one of the main influences on my art, for sure. COVID-19 has definitely affected my art. I think it's affected everybody, whether you're an artist or not. And I do have a day job as an artist. I'm a working class artist, and I'm a manager at a dollar store. And I think one of the biggest ways that COVID has affected me is how I feel at my job. I think the hostility is very real, and I think what people are going through is very real and very difficult. So I think I deal with a lot of projections and a lot of different energies by other people at my work, and it's hard. It's super difficult. On the whole pandemic and COVID-19, I have found a new love interest, which is TikTok. I love TikTok. It's so fun and it's so time consuming and addicting. I think it's probably unhealthy to be on it as much as I am, but it's one of my newest obsessions, and it's probably one of the main things that has helped me kind of just ride the wave. To be completely honest, I haven't really adapted to this new situation. I'm still learning about it every day, and I think as more days progress, something new is always happening. Every day just brings new challenges, considering the fact. The reason why art is essential, especially during this time, is because art gives us the ability to connect on deeper and more profound levels as humans and as people and as communities and cultures. We have the ability to intersect through art, and despite the pandemic, despite the crisis that's happening around the world, art has always been universal. It always has been one of the main resources and tools that we have needed. It's also been a great way for us to kind of gauge and grow. It's always been a huge way for us to just talk about the issues and traumas that a lot of our culture and a lot of our communities go through, and it gives a voice to the people who need it most during this time. Art for me is kind of like giving a voice to the inner child that always wanted a voice but never knew how or knew what to articulate or say. So art was always important to me in that way. Being Filipino American to me is really generally about having a big heart. I've never really felt 100% Filipino, and I've never felt 100% American. I hadn't even visited Philippines till last year for the first time. I identify as Filipino American. It's just I don't feel 100% Filipino because I don't even speak the language, but I am proud to be. I think it's great to have Filipino arts and culture back because it just gives us all a voice during these challenging times. And even despite the pandemic that's happening, I do believe that FPAC is going to give a lot of Filipino artists the ability to talk about our struggles and our challenges that we're facing right now, but also provide healing and relief during this time, provide entertainment. Entertainment can be shrouded and so misconstrued that it's corrupt, but to me, I'm a firm believer that if you entertain in the right ways, especially in the right ways through your art and for the right purpose, it can serve healing on profound levels through communities and through people. So I'm just honored and I'm happy that FPAC is back. I'm really excited to meet the other artists and really excited to work with a lot of these artists as well again. And especially Nika Aquino. She had actually previously done Aral Nagmagpatay at Avenue 50 Studio, and a lot of the artists in this show are actually previous artists that I worked with in that show. So I think it's really exciting to work with them again. I have 2 pieces within the virtual exhibit, and it's a series called Off Grid, and it's about synchronicity and how synchronicity leads to manifestation. They're both paintings, both 2D, and both paintings on paper. I'm using gold gilding paint, originally inspired by illuminated manuscripts. One of the paintings is done on manila paper, which is actually a common resource used around the world. And I had actually picked up some manila paper from Philippines like last year, and I brought it back and used it, and decided to use it for this show because I thought, wow, manila paper is such a fabulous Filipino resource that we can really use and represent. A lot of the art that I use is just landscape, but it's like fictitious mythical landscape of Philippines pre-colonial. So it's kind of like a fictitious version of like Filipino folklore inspired by role-playing video games because I'm just a geek. So the best way to reach out to me is through Instagram. I'm on Instagram every day. I try to be every day. I'm super addicted to Instagram. I'm super addicted to TikTok at Tikastronaut. And those are just probably the best ways you can reach me. And also through my website, which is jondecastro.com or jonji.net. I just wanted to say thank you to FPAC for hosting this event and showcasing all these amazing, fabulous artists. And I'm super honored to just be a part of this, and really excited to see what you guys have in store for the future Filipino creatives, especially here in Los Angeles, because we definitely need more platforms. It's going to be a staple for histories to come. So thanks for having me.